You are listening to One Happy Podcast, episode 82.
I cry when I land and I bawl when I leave. I was seriously, the tears were rolling down my cheeks and when we were leaving this last time. I said, I don't want to go. He's like, I know, we'll be back.
Bon dia, everyone. This is Aruba Kurt Robinson bringing you another episode of One Happy Podcast, the officially unofficial podcast of the island of Aruba. Today on the show, I'm being joined by two guests, which is always a good time. Now, these guys are first-time visitors to the show, but not to the island of Aruba. Gay and Charlie Bailey have been traveling to Aruba for about 14 years, and they've gradually increased their time spent on the island up to a mind-blowing 6-week stay, which just concluded not all that long ago. Now, this interview is a good one because, first of all, the Baileys are just flat-out awesome people, but also because when you visit an island for such a long period of time, it gives you a glimpse of what it's like to live there. You aren't spending $300 at Two Fools in a Pool or taking expensive excursions every day. Now, what you are doing is keeping things more basic and enjoying the natural, free, and inexpensive gifts the island has to offer. Whether that's lounging on the beach, hunting for sea glass with a dear friend, or stumbling into a photo op with the governor of Aruba, or maybe even catching a glimpse of a Dutch princess. You'd be surprised what kind of absolutely free adventures you can get into. Today's guests share some of those types of stories and more on this 82nd episode of One Happy Podcast. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
So I'm being joined today by the Baileys, Gay and Charlie Bailey, who just returned from Aruba. You guys were down there for 6 weeks, right?
Yes, we were.
Yeah, most of us don't get down for more than a week, maybe 2 weeks at a time. So that's amazing that you can go down for so long.
Well, we're lucky because we're retired. Have more flexibility finally after all these years.
Right. You earned it, so now you finally can reap the rewards.
Yeah. Aruba's the place.
It sure is. So after being there for 6 weeks, how are you adjusting back to Vermont?
We're not doing well at all.
I understand.
There's snow everywhere. We just immediately went into depression. And today's a little better because it's 50 degrees out and sunny. But it's still not Aruba.
No, definitely not Aruba. It's difficult having to come back home and immediately start shoveling.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people want to go home, and we never do.
Well, you know what that means? That means you belong in Aruba.
I think we do, for sure. Yeah, we're trying to make that happen.
Yeah, work on that, definitely. So what do you miss the most about not being on the island?
The weather, the people, the heat.
Yep, the weather, people, all the friends that we met.
Yeah, you guys know a ton of people down there.
We miss our friends. We got one couple we're really close with, and we just miss them so bad already.
Right. If you were, it's what, 12:45 right now. If you were in Aruba right at this second, what would you be doing right now?
Well, I'd probably have a drink in my hand, sitting on the beach or visiting with all the people that we know.
Yeah, it just depends on the day. I mean, every day was different. We had a lot of friends that would take us on special tours of the island where most people don't get to see. And so we did that a lot. We walked along the beach a lot. We like all the beaches. We'd go up to Baby Beach or Palm Beach or some of these secluded ones with our friends.
Now, that's one of the advantages to having so many friends down there. You get to experience the real Aruba.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's different than any other island we've been to. The people are just so genuinely nice.
And all the time before we went, we'd be staying at, the high rises or whatever. But this time we got stayed at little B&Bs and stuff and got to know a lot of people, and it was pretty incredible.
Well, the friends list grows every time we go.
Yeah.
We met a lot of our Facebook friends from some of the animal rescue groups.
Right.
The American ones that we had never met. So we met with a few of them to have dinner or drinks.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
And people that we had met there before, Romanian Americans.
Uh-huh.
And the list keeps growing, which is awesome.
Right.
Really
So whenever you guys finally do relocate down there, the community will already be there for you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep, I'm ready now.
I hear you. So how long have you been coming to Aruba?
Since our honeymoon 14 years ago.
Nice.
And that was a funny story too, where we probably never would have gone there. We had an oceanfront hotel in Bermuda reserved, and the hurricane came through and blew the roof off from it, and it totaled it. And the travel agent said, "I'll give you your money back within 6 weeks." And I said, "Oh no, you're going to send us somewhere else. This is our honeymoon."
That's right.
So she said, "Well, I want safe and I want beautiful," and she said, "You want to go to Aruba?" I'm like, "Really? Where's that?"
Right.
So that was our first time, and it was incredible. We stayed at the Wyndham.
Yep, Wyndham.
Wyndham, which is now Rio Antilles,
Mm-hmm.
and it was incredible, just incredible.
We've tried other islands in a short time there, and nothing compared to Aruba.
No.
So.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that. So what was your first impression? Like, you pick up your bags, you exit the airport. What was your first impression of the island?
Oh, it's just the heat. It was like, oh, this is awesome. I love it.
Right.
I mean, we got on a bus that time. Yeah. We take cabs now. Well, our best friend owns his own cab, but we took a bus back then. You had to go on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And the first couple of places we stopped at were Eagle Beach, and he says, "This is our place. I'm not getting out." We were nervous. We never traveled that far.
Even 14 years ago, it wasn't as built up as it is now.
Right.
It was more, there were open air buses with no air conditioning and stuff like that.
Buses was really scary back then.
But I guess it's something to get used to. But then over the time, it just got better and better. Incredible.
Last year was the first time we went away from the whole hotel scene because we wanted to stay a month, and it would have been cost prohibitive.
Right, definitely.
So we stayed at Modern World across from Marriott when Erna Weisman owned it, and had a fantastic time there. It was just a quick walk across the street to Palm Beach. And that was our first taste of B&Bs.
Right.
We do Airbnb a lot.
Uh-huh. What was Modern World like?
Oh, it's got a beautiful, huge courtyard with a giant swimming pool, and the rooms are all spacious and beautifully decorated.
Some of them had you could cook in. And
ours had a kitchen, but most of them didn't. Just had a little microwave and a refrigerator. But we had a full kitchen, and we really loved it. We met all kinds of people from around the world.
Yeah.
Because everyone would gather outside of the big table she had out there. We were there for Easter last year, and everyone was trying to decide where to have their Easter brunch. And I said, well, it's $60 a person. And they said, yeah. And I'm like, well, let's just cook our own. So we all chipped in and made this giant Easter breakfast for 10 or 12 people. Yeah. We had a fantastic time.
That's pretty awesome.
Decorated the table and everything. So it was nice.
Nice. I love the community aspect of vacationing.
Oh, yeah. You meet so many nice people.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's relaxed.
Normally I'm an introvert, but even down on Aruba, I'm a lot more social than I typically am. I guess it's something they put in the water.
Everyone just unwinds and relaxes, and if they're stressed out at home, they lose it fast when they get off that airplane.
Yeah, you do.
Everybody's friendly.
Yeah, definitely. So for you guys, was it love at first sight when you first stepped foot on the island, or did it take a while for you to warm up?
Well, once we got to Palm Beach, that was our first sight of the beauty, because, you don't see much from the airport, and we were in a bus. So once we hit there, I was like, oh, yeah. I said, oh, my God, this is gorgeous. We were so thrilled.
What caught my eye at first was walking out of the hotel and seeing the color of the water there.
The water is insanely beautiful. Yeah. And even now, I can't get enough of it. It's every day. It's like the first time seeing it again.
No, I agree 100%. I can just sit out there and just stare out into the water for hours.
Yeah, we watch a lot of beach, moving to the beach shows. What is it? Bergen Beachfront, something like that. And I can always tell if it's Aruba before they announce the island they're on, because it's so much more spectacular than any other island I've seen.
Right. Yeah, I love it.
The water's so blue. Or green.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, before I went to Aruba, I always thought those photos of the place were color enhanced. I didn't, because I had never seen water that color blue.
Well, I know no matter what photograph I've seen of it, you cannot capture it.
True.
In real life, it's so much more brilliant.
True. Very true.
I haven't seen one photograph that really captures it.
Yeah, you can't. For one thing, it's not even just the color; it's also just the atmosphere and everything that you're breathing in, the fresh air, the sounds, the smells, everything that just encompasses Aruba.
That's true.
So this time down, you guys stayed in Savanetta, right?
We stayed in five different places because
you guys were all over the place.
Yeah, well, we stayed at Savanetta for a month. That was
the first place we stayed at was Palm 408 that our friend Erwin had shown us the year before. And it's incredibly beautiful, modern, brand new, and it's just a block or two from Holiday Inn.
Oh, nice.
And the price was reasonable. It was just beautiful, really, just beautiful. So we stayed there for 4 nights. And then we got a JetBlue deal. I'm a bargain hunter. So I wanted to find the cheapest airfare, and wintertime is really expensive. I think it was going to cost us $1,500 a ticket. So I called the Getaways and found out that they have a 2-night minimum. So we booked Renaissance, and then it got our airfare down to like $500. And we did the 2-night minimum at Renaissance next, and from there went to Aruba Beach Chalets, where our friend Mael Justin owns unit number 6. It's only $170 a night, and it holds 6 people, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths.
Very cool.
And it's oceanfront, 3 steps from the ocean, and it has
Can't beat that.
That's my absolute favorite of all time rental. I love it up there.
Nice.
I even said to her, "Can I buy it?" She goes, "No, it's not for sale." Her mom came from Belgium this time, and we got to meet her. She goes, "I'll sell it to you." Okay.
Right. And where's that place located at?
It's near Z Rover. And it's right next to, there's 2 or 3 really big mansions right on the ocean there in Savanetta. It's on the north side of Z Rover. And there's 6 condos. They're older, I think, but the one we stayed in is really updated. She fixes everything needs to be. But there's 6 condos, and they're all about the same size. She has more in hers. She has a washing machine. She has a dishwasher. She has a lot more amenities.
Right.
But I found it by trolling Airbnb for hours at home, and then I just wrote to her and made the reservation for last November. We did 5 nights just to see if we really liked it. And then we had already booked it for the month, though.
Yeah, and before that, we kept on going over there looking at it.
Oh, yeah, we kept going over there, walking around the building and looking on the beach. And I wanted to stay there in the absolute worst way. And the other units are rented out by Prima Casa. But Mayel owns the Unit 6 all by herself.
Okay.
So she does all the rentals.
Very cool. Good information.
Amazing place.
Yeah.
I love finding new places. I mean, we typically rent homes, so it's always nice to get recommended various places.
Yeah, we love that. We haven't ever done a home because we can't find one that's affordable on the ocean. But the condo was huge. It's 2-story, and then it had a loft for the 3rd bedroom. It was 6 of us. Well, we had 5 of us in there at one point. We had a couple sets of friends come visit us while we were there.
That's cool.
And we had plenty of room. You could walk to the grocery store. We walked to Z Rover a couple times because we couldn't get a car rental. We were there for Carnival, and all the car rental places were sold out.
Yeah, it's difficult to find something.
Yeah, so we did some walks first, but it was an easy walk to Z Rover from there.
Yeah, and the other grocery stores on the main drag there.
Oh, yeah, that was the funniest part. Charlie and our other friend went to the grocery store walking because we didn't have the car, and they came home all shocked because the cashier opened a beer for them for the way home.
Nice.
I said if you did that in Randolph, you'd be arrested.
Right. It was one of those Aruba things. Love it.
We're still laughing about that.
Mm-hmm.
They have a bottle opener right at their register.
Right.
Great.
Only in Aruba.
Yeah, we had a lot of funny things happen.
Uh-huh. You guys stayed at the Renaissance for a couple of days during Carnival, right?
Yeah.
So what was that like?
We stayed there before in both hotels.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
It's really upscale and very nice.
Yeah.
Not too personal, but I mean, it has everything you need. Easy walk to everything. I love the island.
Mm-hmm.
The private island. That's never crowded. It's fun to take the boat ride out.
Yeah, it is.
Boat drivers, they crack me up.
Oh yeah, they're funny. Yeah, we saw one morning on his way to work when we were walking around.
Mm-hmm.
He was walking the sidewalk. Waking up early.
What time do you typically wake up?
Usually around 6:30.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Very cool. Get to see the sunrise sometimes.
Yeah, we did.
Sometimes.
Actually, in Savanina we did. Our friends were running out trying to take pictures of it every morning.
Mm-hmm. So in Savanina, most people, they don't really get to see that area because so many people just get comfortable in the high-rise area and don't really venture out. So how would you describe that area to someone that's never been there?
Well, it's totally different than the high-rises. I think it's more beautiful. It's the real Aruba. And the people are just as nice as they are, and probably even nicer than the high-rise area. And you see the local fishermen. You see how people really live from day to day. You see the marine boat go by, and
what you don't see on
the police go by.
You don't see on Palm Beach. You see police boats and marine boats, and this time around there was the real deal was there. The real Dutch Navy ship was there, and they were doing a lot of patrolling out there. And the last day we were there, our last day was on a boat in the Renaissance Harbor, and the last day we were there, that big Navy boat sailed right in front of Renaissance.
We were having breakfast.
We were having breakfast with some friends we'd met, and that was their last day. All of the Navy was standing on the ship, and they were shooting the guns off, and then off they went.
It was the end of a 3-year tour for the Marine. So it was because I said, "What are they doing? Why are they shooting?" You know?
Right.
And the waitress explained that it was the end of a 3-year tour. And they were going off somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
we had the last 4 nights we stayed on a yacht in the harbor, which was really an experience too.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about
that. To try everything, you know.
Right. Yeah, that's just how you do things, right?
Yeah. Just gonna try it.
Love it.
It was
I love
amazing.
that attitude.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
So describe it for me.
Well, we went to see it right when we got there for the beginning of the 6-week trip, just because I was curious and I couldn't wait to see it. They gave us a tour. People are from France, and they flew to Virginia and picked up the boat, and the man and one of his friends and their 2 cats sailed it to Aruba from Virginia. And they said, that must have been scary at times. And he says, oh, yeah, the waves were coming up over, and he says, he doesn't want to take out sailing again. He said he's parked there for life now. But they were really nice. They're Reiki masters. In fact, Charlie hurt his back on a suitcase 2 days before we left.
Oh.
And I asked them if their Reiki would work. And they said, well, we'll try it. So they put down some cushions on the deck, and he laid down, and they did their Reiki. And he got up like he was a lot better, a real lot better. And they were just amazing people. Just amazing people.
That's pretty cool.
They're parked right beside all the deep sea fishermen, right beside the casino.
Yeah, right beside the casino, yep.
So what's it like sleeping on the boat?
Oh, that part was amazing. It was just like being in a very slow rocking cradle. You know, just, and the mattresses were all memory foams, so comfortable.
Wow.
Just slightly rock, and then you wake up and you look out the little porthole, and you're right there in the middle of the harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Every morning. And there was a little skylight. One night it rained, and Paul had asked us if we felt some drops, and we said, yeah, I did feel some water come in the night. I thought it was dreaming.
That's so cool.
The only thing we really couldn't get used to was the marine toilet, but the shower was a normal American shower.
Mm-hmm.
The sinks were normal. They had a kitchen. It was beautifully decorated. The woodwork was beautiful, just insanely beautiful.
Right. Yeah, it sounds amazing.
The only problem is we had like 6 weeks of luggage, so that kind of took up most of our changing area room.
Yeah.
Very true.
So,
but we met some really nice people. One guy, he was 20 years old from Switzerland. He's probably still there.
Yeah.
He was traveling around, and he got his room on the boat for $25 a night. And we got the highest price one at $59. It was the king size.
Wait, hold on, $59?
That's what we paid. Yeah, it was my birthday.
Wow.
So I said, he says, you can stay wherever you want. I said, I want to stay on that boat.
Nice.
He wasn't too thrilled about it. So he said, okay, we'll stay on the boat. Yeah, that's the best room, $59.
That's amazing. That's an amazing price.
They just started in February. So prices may go up as they get more popular. But
I'm sure they will.
there were other rooms where just as nice, and they were $25. We had this separate bathroom, though.
Yeah, we did.
Cool. Yeah, I think I would want that.
When you're down there next, you've just got to go see it. It's incredible. It's just beautiful.
Dude. I really do need to. I wouldn't mind staying the night down there.
Yeah, they were telling us this couple came by, and they told us afterwards that the woman had been their guest, and I don't even think she'd stayed over one night, and she fell in love with one of the fishermen, so she's now living with him on his boat. She didn't even stay over.
It's funny.
We were laughing.
So we were calling it the love boat.
Yeah, because we met a girl from California, and she got asked out by one of the fishermen. So we were just saying, this is the love boat, Paul.
Mm-hmm. Nice. You guys, you get in all sorts of adventures when you're down there. What was your experience at Carnival like?
Absolutely incredible.
It was at first we saw all the little tents where people selling stuff, so we kept going up trying to buy a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then about half an hour, 45 minutes later, we finally realized it's all different families that rent the tents.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just give us
a beer,
beers, T-shirts. We were going by one booth there. I don't know if it was a radio station or what, but they were throwing out. I was getting hit in the head with a orange juice box.
Wow.
Yeah, we sit there trying. We
were trying to grab.
They just threw stuff out like they do at Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
It was all kinds of things, T-shirts and hats.
Yeah, we got hats.
We got hats from that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That say 297 on them, the area code for
right. Very cool.
Yeah, that was amazing. We did a lot of walking.
Yeah.
We wanted to see where the beginning was. And
mm-hmm.
we walked back all the way back to be with Rhonda.
Yeah, we got friends there. And no, it's certainly, I would almost want to walk in that, but I think it would be too hot for me.
It's definitely a long parade route. I want to give it a shot next year. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. Well,
we'll definitely watch you.
Yeah, we'll definitely watch. Maybe we can get a picture.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So what other activities did you get into down there?
Just the sightseeing, driving around, showing people around. We had two sets of guests, so we did showing them around. Went out to eat with our Aruba friends several times, and then when we went to their house afterwards, they have like 400 birds, and they're in their garden. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, and then Marcel took us sea doing one day, and that was just the coolest experience ever because it wasn't a can tour; it was his own sea do, and we went to a secluded little beach near the dump. It was kind of like a boat launch.
Yeah, a boat.
And he scared the crap out of me. I don't know how fast he was going. No, stop, don't know.
That's part of the fun.
And then Charlie drove it around a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And they have two boys that came.
Yeah.
So how'd you like driving it, Charlie?
Oh, it was wonderful. It's just like riding a snowmobile, but only on the water.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, he loved it.
Yeah. Other places there we went. Well, we went to the Donkey Sanctuary a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We also went to check out her apartment, too. She has rooms for rent.
Yeah, Desiree.
Desiree.
Yep.
We went to see her play one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed her way back at the beginning. I think she was episode 10 of the show.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. So you guys visit the Donkey Sanctuary often?
Yeah, we have 5 donkeys of our own, so it's kind of
we wanted to
something that we go see every time we're there. We pick up the calendars and little souvenirs that you can't find here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
So, plus they've done an amazing job there from where they were to where their new place is now.
I was surprised to see all the peacocks there.
Yeah.
And driving around one day, we saw a live one crossing the road.
Oh, really?
Free one.
Yeah.
It was just wandering around free. I was like, wow, peacock.
That's cool. I've never seen that.
And our friend Gabby that makes the jewelry, Aruba, she took us sea glass hunting one day, and she's a very good friend. And that was incredible. She brought us to this beach that has hearts on it. We named it Hearts Beach.
Yeah.
It's down in back of Alta Vista Chapel.
Uh-huh.
And that was a lot of fun. The day of the earthquake.
Yeah, the day of the earthquake.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She said, I've never seen the waves this high.
Yeah.
And they were just towering over the rocks.
We couldn't even hardly talk to each other right next to each other. That's how loud the surf was.
And then she got a phone call from her husband who works nights at one of the casinos, and he was all upset because he was sleeping and he was woken up out of a sound sleep because the whole house was shaking.
Right.
But we didn't feel anything.
We didn't.
Okay.
She said it takes a lot to wake him up, so it must have been pretty bad.
Yeah, it's something unusual for that area.
Yeah, for sure.
Some other pictures that I saw from you guys. That I saw that you went to the ARF fundraiser at the golf course.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, we went to Legends one night, and Scott and Leslie asked us if we wanted to volunteer, and we said absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So we went up. I know nothing about golf, so I don't know how helpful I was, but Charlie knows golf.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to stand at a hole and to watch if anybody got a hole in one because there was a brand new car sitting there. So there was one person came, I'd say, within an inch or two from putting the ball in the hole.
Yeah.
So.
That's
People
pretty
were
amazing.
spending a lot of money for the dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, they really were. They were just handing us money here. This is for the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just, and
meeting all the other members was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty great people.
Yeah, we've transported puppies in the past, but
we couldn't have
tried
too much luggage.
Whenever we're there, we try to do a little something. Usually too much, but
we usually transport the puppies to Logan.
Right.
This time we just couldn't. It was just way too much stuff we had.
Yeah. How does someone pack for 6 weeks on the island?
Well, we made a lot of mistakes. We brought a lot of stuff, wrong clothing.
Yeah, because you basically live in, a pair of shorts or a bathing suit and tank top.
We had far too many of each item, just far too many. And I brought shorts that were they were like Nike shorts and they were double thickness and they were just too hot.
They would be fine Vermont summer or whatever, but down there.
Right.
Funny part was I had bought them there. they were too hot. So I basically lived in 2 or 3 outfits the whole time.
Right. For next time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
everything's a learning process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the last year, when we went down for a month, we ended up buying another bag because we had bought so much stuff down there. We needed another bag to get the stuff that we bought back home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, try finding a cheap suitcase in Aruba. It's not easy.
Right.
we went to the Nike store and got one of the nylon duffel bags.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was $50.
Yeah.
Right. See, what I do is, since we always rent a house, we bring some snacks down, things that we're not sure if we can get down there, and we also bring booze from here.
Oh, really?
So by the time you're done eating the snacks and drinking the booze, you've opened up a half a suitcase for you to throw souvenirs into.
Oh, there you
for the
go.
trip home.
There you go.
Well, we
buy it at the duty free because it's the same price as it is here.
Mm-hmm.
But we usually bring maple syrup and
we bring gifts
cheese for some of
our friends.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that takes up a lot of space and
Right.
some other stuff.
Anything they might need that they can't get on the island, they'll ask us to bring.
And some stuff is just so expensive on the island.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, our friend needed a part for his Mercedes and he couldn't get it.
Right.
So put it in the suitcase.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Found it online and put it in the suitcase.
That's cool. I'm trying to think of other things that you did while you're down there. Oh, you met some VIPs while you were down there?
That was the most exciting day of my life.
I saw the pictures on Facebook. So you want to tell that story?
And we had turned our car in to save money. So we were staying at the yacht, and we were going to go get some wine. And I said, well, wine's $20 over there, and it's just cheap stuff. I said, let's go across the road and find some. So we started walking over, and we got to the Renaissance Marina, and we saw the number 1 car parked there. And then we saw the police coming out of the police station across the street, and they had all their lights on, and they were coming out on their motorcycles. And Charlie's like, I think the princess is up there. I'm like, well, let's go. So we ran up the stairs, ran up the escalator, and there weren't many people milling around, but I saw the governor and his wife, and I recognized them from pictures. So I just ran up to him. And I said, it's such an honor to meet you. And here I am in my beach clothes, and he's all decked out. He still could not have been nicer. And he said, where are you from? And I said, Vermont, USA. And he says, where are you staying? And I said, a yacht in the harbor across the street. That was pretty much it. And then Charlie tried to get it.
He says to me, well, go over there and I'll get your picture with him. So I start going over there, and I was able to shake his hand. And another guy come over. He's like, you got to get dressed up to get his picture taken with him. I was in my bathing suit.
Right.
Guys telling me, no, you can't have your picture.
I was in raggedy old shorts, cut off.
But
we didn't know we were going to meet him. We were just on our way to get wine.
I got a picture with him. And it was just a funny story that they're telling me, no, you stay away from him.
Yeah, it was like his bodyguard or something, or his assistant. Charlie, he couldn't go. Well, I just ran up before anybody could do anything, really.
But there was all what we call Secret Service here. I don't know what it's called over there, but it was quite a few people, and with sidearms when they're there.
They closed. Well, they closed the driving area downstairs where the cabs drive in and get you. They closed all that off, and there was just the number 1 car there. And then we all waited for the princess. So we saw the Secret Service. We watched them, and they kept staring up at the glass elevator, which you can see through. So we kept looking up to see, and they were talking on their little secret phone that they have tucked in their shirt. And then they'd look up again. So we just kept looking up. I said, I got to see that princess. And I wanted to see her in the worst way, and it was her exit. She was going to the airport. And so finally she came down. I was like, oh, my God, there she is. And she went over and said goodbye to them, all the government of Aruba.
And Renaissance.
And there was a Aruba lady and her little boy were standing right beside me. And I had talked the woman into going over and getting a picture taken. She wouldn't. She goes, oh, no, I couldn't possibly do that. She's shaking. And she goes, I can't do that. I can't. It's the governor. I'm like, just do it. I'll take your picture. So I talked her into it, and I took her picture. And her little boy kept saying, I just want to see the princess. I want to see the princess. So him and I were standing there, and the princess walked right past us, like 1 foot from us. And he was going, "Princess, princess," and I'm going, "Hi, princess," and I'm waving my hands, and she looked over at both of us and just smiled and went down the escalator. Oh, and that was another thing, the Sunflower Villas we stayed at before the yacht. Ranky, who owns that, she's 81, and she went to school with the princess, and she had told us all about it just before we went downtown to stay on the yacht. Little did I know we were going to
run into her.
Really. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it's a small island.
Yes.
That was
awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, some great stories.
Yeah.
Well, last year we were walking in front of Holiday Inn. This stuff just happens to us, we're just in the right place at the right time. But I'm 99% sure it was Jillian Michaels jogging the other way, opposite direction, coming right at me. And I went, whoa. And Carolee's like, "Who's that guy?" And I go, "It's a bodyguard, obviously. Big guy, real big guy jogging, and he was sweating bullets."
I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure it was her.
That's pretty cool. You mentioned Legends earlier, which is the new restaurant with Scott and Leslie from Scott's Brats and also Eduardo from Eduardo's Beach Shack. How did you like the place?
I loved it. It's state of the art.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. What a job they did on that.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
We brought our friends Mail and Marcel there, and they loved it for
band playing. I think
for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
But it was so popular they had run out of corned beef, and they had never had corned beef, so that was a little disappointing. But the food was delicious. The music was good. We sat outside.
That's absolutely beautiful the way they decorated the place.
It is. It's fantastic. We had brought a couple sets of friends there.
Yeah, we met a young couple from Germany, actually.
Yeah.
Where we were staying at Palm Way. Yeah.
So they liked it, and Scott had been stationed in Germany, so he was very interested to meet them. Just a lot of fun. Fun everywhere down there.
Right.
Keep along.
So, you stayed there for 6 weeks. What were some of the other restaurants that you visited? I'm sure you have a huge list.
Well, we don't, it's a long stretch, so we didn't want to spend $50 or $60 a piece every night. So
definitely not.
We went for the more inexpensive meals, and we went to, except for a few occasions. Pelican Pier I really liked.
Yeah.
The best grouper sandwich I ever had in my life.
Yeah, and it's only $8.50.
Yeah, $8.
Yeah.
Yep.
$8.50 for
Unreal.
Yeah, delicious.
Absolutely delicious.
Right there. We went up. Well, we went to Moonbug.
Moonbug we like.
We went to Zero over a couple times, 2-3 times.
Scott's Brats, Legends.
Yeah.
Zero.
What was the other? Yeah, there was another one on the pier.
Casatua.
I forget. There was another one.
When we were downtown, Casatua and the other one.
Oh, there's like 3 or 4 of them on the end of the side.
Yeah, we tried all those. Sidebar we went to.
Losing track.
Because downtown there's not that much except in the seaport, from what I've seen. I mean, probably if you go back a few streets.
To the other one on.
Right,
Pier.
Oh, Bugaloo?
Oh, Bugaloo.
That's it.
Yeah, Bugaloo. We went there.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
There.
Yeah, some of my favorite places.
Yeah, I love that. And Pelican Pier, I absolutely love.
Yeah, I've started to go there a lot more these last couple of trips.
It's just so beautiful.
And that grouper sandwich is delicious.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
and it's huge.
I gotta say, another thing, across from Zero over there, there's a new bakery there.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
It's some of the best donuts I've had.
He loves donuts.
Good size donuts. And they open at 4 in the afternoon, and they close when they sell out all of stuff.
Yeah, they're only open a couple hours.
Yeah.
They cook all day, and then they sell their baked goods.
Delicious.
And they have sandwiches, too.
I know the place you're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what the name is.
I forget.
I don't even think it has a name. We just call it the Secret Bakery. Yeah, they actually have really good low MPS.
Yeah.
Oh, that was our favorite. Yeah, that was
Mango Halto Bar.
Mango Halto Bar.
You gotta go there.
It's just a little dive. At first, we were scared to walk in there.
Yeah. we were meeting a real estate agent.
Yeah, so that's why
we were
went
looking at
there.
a house over there, and he's like, "Oh, meet me at Mango Halto Bar," and then we see it. We're like, "Oh my god!"
The pool table takes up the whole seating area, and then, so that was fun. And then some Chinese people run it. And they were super nice. We went there so much.
Yeah, we went there a lot.
I can't believe we didn't even mention
I know.
the lumpia. I was like,
Yeah, we were the first time we went there. We ordered 2 lumpia and 2 beers, and it was $8.
Yeah.
And,
and their egg rolls for people that don't know. I mean, we didn't know. We had to learn.
Right.
Yeah, we had to learn a lot.
Nothing but English.
It's certainly a locals bar for sure. But it's
sometimes those are the best places.
Yeah, it's a nice little spot right next to Mango Halto.
We made 2 or 3 good friends there, so.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, and they sell most everything and anything behind there.
And the food is reasonable, and it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
I got to say that was my favorite.
Mm. Yeah.
Those egg rolls were to die for. Yeah. We brought an Aruban friend there, and he said that he had never been there, and they're the best egg rolls he's ever had on the island.
Wow, I have to try them.
Fresh. Oh,
yeah,
they're so good. They make them fresh.
That's put that on your list next time too.
Yeah, well.
That's a place to go for a beer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I will give it a shot.
We were playing pool. The locals were all saying stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Giving advice.
That's cool.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Yeah, well, that was a good time.
Mm-hmm. So you guys, I mean, you get on there for 6 weeks, and like you mentioned, you like to find the different bargains, which is necessary if you're going to be there for 6 weeks. Do you have any tips?
Airfare. I mean, the airfare, shopping for the airfare is a huge savings.
Yeah. We've been down a few times last year, and one day in the middle of summer, she came running out to me and said, "Oh, JetBlue's got a special to Aruba for, I forget what it was, 200 or something." I said, "Well, you got to book the flights, and we'll figure out where to stay after."
Right.
Last October, we had some friends we brought that had never been anywhere. They had never flown. They have never been out of New England. And I got their airfare for $187 on Delta round trip. 7-hour flight. They only had to change in JFK.
Uh-huh.
I look at Skyscanner and JetBlue sales. They'll have flash fares every now and then.
When we can find a cheap flight is basically, other than if we try to. That
and Airbnb is a good way to save money.
Mm-hmm.
But we knew this time around that we wanted to see Carnival, so we were going to make that sacrifice for whatever the plane ticket was.
But it was
even
cheaper.
We went down, I think we left on a Tuesday where it was the cheapest.
Yeah, that's another tip, to go on a Tuesday or Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That's far cheaper,
right.
Fraction of the price. And the JetBlue Getaway package with their 2-night minimum, they discount your airfare, so you save a lot there.
Yes,
for sure.
Awesome information. I'm going to have to put some of those tips to use.
Yeah, Skyscanner and Hopper are good ones to look at. And midweek, definitely midweek. A lot of people can't do midweek, so I feel bad for them.
Yeah, I can't really do midweek. Well, I can, she can't, which means I can't. So. Jay and Charlie, are you guys ready for the eye of the hurricane?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. As you know, Aruba lies below the hurricane belt, but on One Happy Podcast, we pick you up and we drop you right in the center of one, which is where you'll be asked a series of tough questions that are meant to give us a little bit more insight into how the Baileys do Aruba, okay?
Okay.
Okay, finish this sentence. You know you're in Aruba when?
When you see
when I see mail.
when you see the wonderful people, and you see the ocean, the water, color of the water.
Nice.
Mostly friends.
All good answers. Give me a no-brainer great time in Aruba.
Jolly Pirates is a good time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's the best.
Okay.
Straight up there.
Good time.
Mm-hmm.
Mumba's fun.
So tell me about the Jolly Pirates.
Well, it's just it depends on who you have on you. Yeah, it's if you get a good sailing mate, it's quite a time.
Last year we had the whole boat with people from New York.
A lot of people from
and
New York.
we thought, oh boy, we don't know how this is going to go. We had so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
And people are unbelievable.
We go on the 9 o'clock trip because, as I said, I'm a bargain shopper. And if you get an extra hour and you get a barbecue lunch with the other trips you don't, so we get 4-hour trip.
By that trip there, by the end of the sailing or whatever you call it, everybody was singing and dancing on the boat.
That's because it's all you can drink, too.
Right.
A lot of it is
the rope swing.
Well, the rope swing, and like I say, if you got a good group, it's one heck of a time.
Oh yeah, it's really fun.
Very cool. What's the best kept secret in Aruba?
I'd say Aruba Beach Chalet, the condo we stayed at.
Mm-hmm.
It's just incredible what you get for the money, and you're right on the ocean. Savanita.
Yeah, you can't beat that. You said, 3 steps from the beach?
3 steps. You're right on your deck. Your back deck is on the sand. You're literally a stone's throw. You're right there. I was feeding the seagulls every morning to the point where they were coming to wake me up because I go out and feed them bread every morning.
I don't know. I can give you a story on one of our stays there this past time. Well, there's a mansion that's right next to it. The people are from Venezuela, and it was their grandmother's 90th birthday.
Extremely wealthy.
And it was like a 5-day celebration for grandmother's 90th birthday.
I got invited to.
The people from Aruba and Venezuela, I guess, they don't start partying till 11, 12 at night.
Well, they were going before.
And they don't stop till 5 or 6 in the morning. So there's 2 nights where
that's an Aruban thing, too. Because when we were talking to our Aruba friends, and they said, we party all night, too.
Yeah, they had a DJ there, or it sounded like one.
I'm lucky if I make it.
It was going nonstop.
I'm lucky if I make it to 9.
But it was all good.
Right.
They
downplaying nobody, but it was.
They were having a good time. Yeah. They rented out all the other empty units in the condo complex because it was right next to this megabucks mansion.
Right.
Which is beautiful. It has an infinity pool in the front. They're right on the beach. And the house beyond that, Mail told me, has a swimming pool inside as well as outside. I said, wow.
It's kind of unnecessary for Aruba, but it's pretty cool.
Well, that one's for sale for $7 million too.
Oh, just out of my price range.
Yeah, that's so darn. But it was amazing.
It's another memory that I thought.
Well, it's a really upscale neighborhood, and that was the first party we ever.
Yeah,
anybody
after that, there's nobody around.
They're usually really quiet. It's a beautiful area with all the local fishing. I was over there. The original capital of Aruba, too.
Are there any special tools, apps, or resources you use to plan your Aruba trips?
Oh, just Skyscanner.
Mm-hmm.
You do all of the research.
JetBlue. I go on the website. Airbnb and Booking.com I looked at. Airbnb seems to have the best deals.
Mm-hmm.
Booking.com I like because if you put in your dates, it'll tell you how much it is for the week, and then you click on something on the map of Aruba, and it'll tell you how much it is for the week. So that was good. But the Airbnb I found especially interesting because it's more local people that are just renting what isn't in their house to make extra money.
Right. Yeah, if you live in paradise, you might as well take advantage of it.
The boat that's a brand new thing. And I just came across it and said, whoa, that's really cool. Boat and breakfast. They'll make you breakfast for $5, but we never did the breakfast.
Cool little additional option, though.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and the Sunflower Village she has a nice family, young family, helping her. And they're gourmet cooks, so for $7.50, you can get a full gourmet breakfast or supper. So we did that for 5 or 6 meals.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money, and it was delicious. And that was a fun place to stay. She's into rescuing animals like we are. She has 2 dogs, 3 cats, and she's the one that was princess, the friend of the princess.
Right.
Beautiful pool, giant pool.
Yeah.
With a little spa hitched on.
Cool.
Yeah, that was an amazing place. For the Palm Beach area, I would definitely stay there.
Sunflower Villas.
Yeah.
Sunflower Villas. It was only $5 a night, I think.
Yeah. It was 7.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
You find some amazing deals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have to make it work for 6 weeks. We have to save where we can.
Love it. Do you have something special that you bring from home or you pick up as soon as you arrive to help you take your vacation to the next level?
Not really. We brought coffee. We brought a big thing of Maxwell House coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Other than picking up stuff at the duty-free
bug
shop.
spray. It's at the ocean. Yeah, we buy at the duty-free.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. Just friends, gifts for our friends, and just the necessities.
That's cool. What's missing from Aruba, or how do you think Aruba could be improved?
I think they could improve the recycling. I would like to see them recycle. And I'd like to see them get rid of that awful kill cage they have at the animal shelter.
Right.
Do more for the animals in Aruba. They certainly have the resources.
I think things are getting better. Not fast enough, but I do think they're getting better than they were even 5 years ago.
Definitely. A lot of people said to us that they've seen a change, that there's not as many strays running around as there were. Yeah, it's still a huge problem.
It is. They have another spay-and-neuter campaign coming up next month, so hopefully that'll help even more. You've been going to Aruba for a while now, but is there anything left on your bucket list that you still have to try?
Oh, I want to go on the helicopter tour.
Yeah, I want to go on a helicopter tour too.
But Charlie won't, so you'll have to go with me.
There you go.
Wasn't in the budget this time because I wanted to see around the whole island, and that's $400.
I think they were giving out coupons.
Oh yeah, Carnival
parade.
Yeah, the day of the Carnival parade, they were handing out coupons. I think we could have done it for $2.25 or something.
Oh wow,
that's do that cool. One parade.
Yeah, so when you're in the Carnival, go look for that booth.
Yeah,
because they have coupons.
Right, and I think 3 people can go up in the helicopter, right?
I think it is 3, but they charge per person.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that 3 people could split but I guess it doesn't work like that.
No. I just couldn't afford $400 this time.
Right, that's a big excursion.
Yeah, and it's only like 20 minutes or half an hour, I think.
I think it's half hour for the whole island.
Yeah, I'd want to do the whole island.
Definitely.
Have to save up for that.
Yeah. It'll be a special present for yourself.
Absolutely. I've never been in a helicopter, and that would be
me neither.
Ultimate. That would just be the ultimate.
I agree. What's your Aruba vacation superpower?
Our superpower? I think our personalities.
Yeah.
We make friends everywhere we go.
Well, she makes friends everywhere. I'm kind of the shyer one.
He's come out of his shell a lot. He never would dare to say anything to anybody. He didn't even dare to special order at McDonald's in the drive-thru. But he's doing much better.
That's because you're becoming a local.
Yeah. Oh, I want to be a local. Oh, I do.
Which actually brings me to my next question. If given a chance, would you move to Aruba?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, we're looking at renting a house, and I really hope that happens.
Yeah. I hope it happens for you guys, too, because I can really see you living there.
Oh, absolutely. We just love it.
You just seem like you belong there.
We just love it. We have so many more friends there than we do here. This is rural Vermont.
Yeah, And down there, we get up, go walk or do something up here in Vermont. Wintertime, you get up, put a log on the fire, and sit in a chair.
You're trapped inside. And here we have one grocery store within 30 miles.
Wow.
And down there, I said to him this morning, for a little island, I don't know how many grocery stores they have.
Hundreds of them.
And here we are in Randolph, Vermont with one.
Okay, so this is the final question of the Eye of the Hurricane, okay?
Okay.
So it's a long one, so bear with me for a second. The people of Aruba have decided to lock you out of paradise. That's right, they're no longer allowing visitors to the island. However, since you've been such great guests so many times, they've decided to allow you to visit for one more day, all expenses paid. Gay, Charlie, how do you spend your last day on the island of Aruba?
Seeing all of our friends.
For sure. Have a big party and see them all at once.
Yeah.
Go to the beach.
Yeah, going to the beach and stopping by all of our favorite spots on the island. Just having
the friends is the biggest thing.
A good time.
And maybe a helicopter tour.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's all expenses paid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good catch.
Yeah. Maybe go wherever they take you 4-wheeling one more time or whatever to get to the beaches. Go through some pretty rough roads.
Yeah, we never go on the organized tours because they're too expensive.
You have more fun doing it your way anyway.
Oh, we do. Yeah, our friends are like, we got to go to see Blackstone Beach, and you got to go see this beach and that beach, and off we went. And I didn't realize there were other natural bridges. I thought the one and only natural bridge collapsed.
Right, the more famous one.
There's many others. Yeah. So I think that was the thing I learned this time.
Yeah, and another good thing is I like when you're heading out to Baby Beach and Zero, Colorado, there, the wild donkeys that are there. Go right up to your car, and if you happen to see them.
I love seeing the wild animals.
Yeah.
Well, you guys survived the eye of the hurricane. How was it?
Not bad.
Cool. So this is the final question of the interview, okay?
Okay.
Now, right now, there's probably someone listening that's never been to Aruba. They're probably on the fence about whether or not Aruba should be their choice for their next vacation. What would you say to that person to convince them that they should make Aruba their next vacation destination?
I say it all the time. The weather is perfect, and it's safe, and it's friendly. And it's just paradise, heaven on earth. I have actually talked many people into going.
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah. And we friends came down for the first time, and they were wondering whether if they would like Aruba, but they're going to go back. So it's one of those, like the bumper sticker says, you go, or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Our friend in Florida, I kept bombarding her with pictures, trying to convince her to come. And she did come, and she absolutely loved it.
Yeah. Now, Aruba does an amazing job turning us all into, marketing representatives.
That's right.
Well, she did get offered a job in the airport when we were picking up one set of our friends.
Yeah, I said, can I work here? They told me I had too sexy of a top on, and it was just a sleeveless top. You have to wear a shirt like this one. I said, okay.
So now you have employment when you move down there.
Yeah, right.
But we asked our friends that are down there, and some of them are from Holland or whatever, and they were like, "Would you ever go back?" And they're like, "No,
never." They're adamant, never,
right.
never, ever.
This is paradise.
I hear that a lot.
And they all say, "You should stay. You should stay." So we want to stay.
Yeah, if it were only that easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're trying to figure it all out.
And I'm sure you will.
We have a fantastic opportunity facing us, and we got to make it happen.
That's right. I'm sure you guys will. Your love is going to drive you to Aruba.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I cry when I land and I bawl when I leave. I was seriously, the tears were rolling down my cheeks and when we were leaving this last time. I don't want to go. He's like, I know, we'll be back.
Yes. Yep. And maybe next time it'll be permanently.
Oh, I hope so.
Definitely be longer than 6 weeks.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Nice.
We were looking for a 6-month rental, but the opportunity that arose was for a year.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to figure all that out.
Right. It's a lot to plan, but I'm sure you can make it happen.
I'm sure we will.
Well, I'm going to let you guys get out of here. I want to thank you for joining me on One Happy Podcast. You were an incredible guest.
Thanks, Kurt. We hope to meet you sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, we will. We definitely will.
Okay.
All right.
I appreciate you guys spending time with me.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, take care.
take care. We'll see you down there.
Definitely.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So there you have it for another episode of One Happy Podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. I told you guys the Baileys are awesome people. Their love for Aruba comes through in every single story they share. So once again, I want to thank Gay and Charlie for being my guests and completely rocking that interview. And also, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for the past hour. You are incredible. Now, we talked about a lot on this episode, but don't worry about it if you missed something because, as always, I took the notes so that you don't have to, and they can be found at onehappypodcast.com/EP82. Onehappypodcast.com is the flagship for all things podcast related, so please do head on over there to check it out. Also, if you enjoy the show and want to leave me a review on iTunes, that would be awesome. So head on over to onehappypodcast.com/iTunes and do just that. But what would be even more awesome would be if you would like and share this podcast on Facebook to someone you know who loves Aruba just as much as you do. Also, please do contact me if you would like to share your Aruba story with the world. You can do so by going to facebook.com/onehappypodcast or checking me out on Twitter at ArubaKurt or on Instagram at onehappypodcast. But even more than that, I want you guys to take a lesson from this podcast. You see, oftentimes Aruba is looked at as an expensive island, and it can be. But that doesn't mean that it has to be. Gay and Charlie visited for 6 weeks, which is already one heck of a financial commitment, but they also took things back to basics and had an absolute blast. And on a $1 per day basis, probably spent a lot less than most of you listening. When it all comes down to it, it's not really about how much you spend. If anything, this interview is reinforcement that when it comes to enjoying vacation, remember 2 things. It's what you think and who you're with that really matters.
It's the music!